Since we first introduced Bing, the new Bing chat, the generative AI which we have approved for school, there's been some new developments, so I wanted to share some of those with you. So from the Edge browser you can access Bing chat provided you're logged in with your school account from pressing the Bing button on the top right. Or alternatively, once that loads up, we could also go to chat.bing.com. And this will bring up the exact same screen, so you don't need to have the sidebar if you don't want. So once we have this loaded up, we can choose creative, balanced, or precise. The feature which I want to show you is this little button down here, add an image. So previously when we were creating rubrics using Bing Chat, we'd have to copy all of our table, and it'd be a little bit messy. It wouldn't really work too well, because as I copy that into the chat window, it becomes a little bit unstructured, so it doesn't work very well. So what I'm going to do instead is to take a screenshot of my rubric, which I'll do now. And then inside my chat, I can drag that screenshot to give it context. This also has the advantage that instead of just having our 4,000 character limit, I now have my photo, which is worth 4,000 words, and then also I could add in my prompt as well. So as a part of my prompt, I'm going to describe each of my reporting categories, measurement topics, also a little bit about the topic as well. So then I'm going to improve this rubric. So I'm going to paste this in here. So now we'll also want to be specific about what I output. So for example, I want it to output as a table with all of the relevant information which I need. So I'm going to hit enter, and then we can see what it can output for us. Now remember, with this generative AI, you may not get exactly what you'd want the first time. It also does take a little bit of time to analyze the images as well. So I've given it a lot more context. Hopefully it should give us something more accurate, and read through each of the text parts that I have. So it has successfully read through my rubric, it's identified each of the areas, put it into a measurement topic. So now I want to develop a new rubric using this information. So you can see as it's outputting now, there's one error because I used an ampersand for developing and emerging. It hasn't separated those into separate columns, but we can identify that and make that change once it's finished as well. Of course, this is all still going to need some review as well. We can't expect that it's going to be perfect the first time, but it's given me a nice first draft for me to now review and to modify appropriately. Once it has finished, and I've now got this beautiful table, remember we can always export, so I can download as a PDF or a text document, or what's probably best is if I copy this, it'll copy the table. I can go back to my original Google Doc, and then if I paste that in, it'll paste it in as a table for me to modify. The second feature that I'd like to show you is image generation. So previously in a faculty meeting, we explored Canva and how we could generate images within Canva, but we can actually do this within Bing Chat now as well. So I'm going to create a new topic, and I'm going to choose creative mode. With the creative mode within certain regions now, we can generate images as well. So I could say generate image of a red dragon mascot for a school. The character is called Torch. And similar to what we were doing before, we can start to manipulate this. We could say if we want particular styles, if we want cartoon, if we want realistic. I've been very, very general with this response to see what it comes up with, and then I can make those iterations. One thing to remember with some of these generative AI tools, especially when they're developing images, is they can't always understand what it's created. So at the moment, this is just the waiting screen as it comes up. But you'll see as it comes up, it doesn't know what it previously generated. So if you try and reference what it created to make iterations, it may not work. However, what you can do is to drag in an image of what you created before. So for example, if I liked this one, I could download and upload the image and say, please make a new version of this one. Another shortfall you'll see with this technology still is it struggles with lettering. So some of the generative AI is a little bit better, but when it has lettering, it does become a little bit more difficult. But I'm pretty happy with these mascots that they've just created very, very quickly, and then I can iterate through these and make changes. So those are two very, very quick new resources we have available to us. We can upload images, and we can also generate images within Bing Chat.